Well, let me first of all welcome you, Ayman, again to Brussels. We have a very good and important meeting today. We meet often bilaterally, and this is always a pleasure. But today we welcome you, we're pleased to welcome you in a format that is new for us. All the 28 member states foreign ministers, together with the ministerial delegation of the League of Arab States on Jerusalem that you chair. And this is an excellent opportunity for us all to take advantage of the presence of the ministers. And I would like to thank you and the ministers for their presence here today, which is really impressive. We hosted recently, as the European Union, both parties, both Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, in December, and President Abbas in January. And recently we hold an extraordinary ministerial session of the Ad hoc Liaison Committee here in Brussels. We brought also in that opportunity many other essential international actors around the table. That was also a very important step we prepared together. Today we will focus on how to bring the Middle East peace process forward. We will have the opportunity to listen to your views that coincide largely with our views. The European Union has been very clear in its position and very much united. We believe that a negotiated two-state solution with Jerusalem as the future capital of both states, Israel and Palestine, is the only viable and realistic way to fulfill the legitimate aspirations of both parties and achieve long-term peace. We have stressed repeatedly that all settlements are illegal and are an obstacle to peace. We have also called on all sides to prevent violence and incitement and take constructive steps to advance a two-state reality on the ground and create the conditions for successful negotiations. Let me say today in particular one word on the closure yesterday of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem in protest to certain Israeli steps planned or announced. We hope that a solution can be found quickly. Jerusalem is a holy city to the three monotheistic religions. This special status and character of the city must be preserved and respected by all. And I'm saying this in particular standing next to you, as His Majesty, King of Jordan, has a very special role, a very appreciated role when it comes to the holy places in Jerusalem. He knows that he can always count on our full support, and I think that the developments yesterday show that there is a special attention we need to pay to this aspect. Today we will focus on how to work together, Europeans and Arabs, European Union and the League of Arab States, for a resumption of a political process towards this objective of two states. We believe that all partners are essential to this process, no one excluded, and we attach great importance to the role that our Arab partners play. For us, for the European Union, our key partners, for advancing the peace process. We believe the whole region can benefit from solving this conflict, and this is also a strategic interest of the European Union. We have always supported the Arab Peace Initiative, which we believe offers a unique opportunity for regional cooperation, for peace, security and prosperity for all the people in the region in a shared manner. I also expect we will discuss the critical situation in Gaza. This is even more important in light of the recent tensions, which also affect Israel's legitimate security concerns. We have called, and we've discussed also with President Abbas in January, for the return of the Palestinian Authority to Gaza as a single legitimate authority. We have welcomed, and we welcome, Egypt's role as a facilitator in this respect, and we are ready to support this process politically and through concrete actions. As a matter of example, we're ready to offer the redeployment of our mission, UBAM Rafah. We are ready to support even more the economic development of Gaza and obviously also increase our humanitarian aid with a specific focus on hospitals in Gaza. Last but not least, I would expect that we will focus together on our support to UNRWA. I would like to thank you also in this respect for the leading role that Jordan has taken in carrying out increasing the support we're giving to UNRWA in carrying out its mandate at a time it faces an unprecedented financial deficit and where we see it is of strategic importance that we help UNRWA to deliver on its mandate. Once again, let me thank you very warmly in spite of the extremely cold weather, and let me thank you and all the ministers and the Secretary General of the Arab League for the presence here today. We take it as a clear sign of political recognition of our friendship and partnership, in particular on this file. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Federica. And as you said, it is we've met quite often, but this time it is a great pleasure to meet with you, this time within the framework of an Arab League delegation that you've kindly invited to meet with the foreign ministers of the European Union. And on behalf of all my colleagues, the foreign ministers of the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Palestine, Morocco, Egypt, and the Secretary General of the Arab League, I thank you for offering this opportunity, which I know will offer a platform for a frank, constructive exchange of views and ideas on how we can move towards our common objective, shared objective of comprehensive and lasting Middle East peace. As you're well aware, the delegation was formed by an extraordinary session of the Arab League in December to mitigate against the negative fallouts of the U.S. recognition of Jerusalem as a capital of Israel. Our position, our collective position in the Arab world is very clear on the illegality of this decision. Under international law, Jerusalem is a final status issue whose fate must be determined in direct negotiations in accordance with the relevant UN resolutions. East Jerusalem is an occupied territory and it must be the capital of a Palestinian state. What is also clear, solid and unwavering is our commitment to peace. Peace is a strategic choice of the Arab world, and it is a right to all peoples of the region. We want peace that is lasting, we want peace that is comprehensive, and the only path to that peace is the two-state solution, which guarantees an independent, sovereign Palestinian state on the basis of June 4, 1996, 7 lines, with East Jerusalem as a capital of a state of Palestine that would live side by side and accepted and recognized Israel in peace and security. This is the promise of the Arab Peace Initiative, which was also endorsed by the Organization of Islamic Conference, which we'll continue to offer as the most comprehensive initiative yet for an historic reconciliation between Israel and all Arab and Muslim countries. My dear friend, Jerusalem is key to the peace. Jerusalem is holy, as you said, to Muslim, Christians, and Jews. It must be a symbol of peace. Unfortunately, this is not the case, while East Jerusalem remains under occupation and hostage to fear and despair. Yesterday, as you mentioned, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre was closed for the first time in over 1,000 years. The heads of churches took this unprecedented decision to close the church in protest against Israeli seizure of their assets and properties. Their decision and the statement they issued yesterday are a call for action against those illegal unilateral acts that threaten the identity of the city and the presence of Christians in the Holy Land. As you said, His Majesty is the custodian of the Muslim and Christian holy sites, and we have a special responsibility in urging that the holy sites remain open to the followers of the three monotheistic religions. Jerusalem is key to the three religions, and all of us should be able to worship freely and without any hindrance. The situation is untenable, and the only way to change it is to reach a lasting peace that again will ensure that East Jerusalem is a capital of Palestinian state, and that the holy sites are open to all followers of the three religions. Spoilers and radicals, Your Excellency, thrive on despair. Their agenda of hate and destruction flourishes in the absence of political, social, and economic horizon. Middle Eastern peace is thus a national security interest for all of us. And as you've mentioned, that's why we must also make sure that UNRWA continues to deliver its vital services to millions of refugees across its 5 areas of operation. UNRWA is a political message that refugees is a final status issue that must be solved in accordance with international law and the Arab Peace Initiative, which calls for an agreed-to solution to that problem, and it is also the livelihood of millions of people. And I want to thank you for the tremendous support you've extended to us and Sweden and Egypt in our effort to try and find a way of making sure that UNRWA is able to continue to have the funds necessary for it to move forward. On May 15, the plight of Palestinian refugees will have persisted for 70 long years of suffering. As the world marks this 70th year of this injustice, our message, indeed our action, should be one of peace and care rather than of further conflict and violation of international law. Federica, Europe has been a valuable partner for peace. Its policies have offered hope and constructive ideas for peace, and its actions have built schools and institutions and hospitals and opened horizons. We want to continue to work with you and with all members of the international community to break the deadlock and move forward towards peace. We face a very difficult situation. The challenge, indeed the mission ahead, is to figure out a way of how we can all in the international community move forward towards the comprehensive peace that we all want and that, again, all peoples of the region deserve. Again, we look forward for our meeting today. And again, on behalf of all my colleagues, I want to thank you for this timely and indeed timely and important meeting. And I thank you personally for your personal commitment to doing what's right and to making sure that hope remains alive. Times of difficult times, you've always been there as a voice of reason and have always tried to make sure that we don't throw the white towel. We cannot afford to throw the white towel. We will not throw the white towel. And together, we're going to continue to work towards ending this deadlock and move forward, hopefully, with a view to making sure that we build the future that all our peoples deserve. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll see. As with previous guests, statements only, and then I will see you at the press conference after the lunch. Thank you. But we still have one lunch. Yeah.